All right, class. So we're going to continue with chapter 19. Just to recap what happened. They went up top on the peach. They look around. They're like, oh my gosh, we're in the middle of the ocean. What are we supposed to do? How do we eat? And James calmly said, well, we can eat the peach. We can eat the peach. And then they're all happy. Everything's great. Centipede sings a song about all the things he likes to eat, but none of them are as good as this fantastic peach. So, chapter 19. Let's get me out of the way. Chapter 19. Look! Cried the centipede just as they were finishing their meal. Look at that funny thin black thing gliding through the water over there. They all swung around to look. Oh, there are two of them, said Miss Spider. Oh, there are lots of them, said the ladybug. What are they? Asked the earthworm, getting worried. They must be some kind of fish. Perhaps they have come along to say hello, said the old green grasshopper. Oh, they're sharks. I'll bet you anything you like that they are sharks and they have come along to eat us up. Ah, what absolute rot, the centipede said, but his voice seemed suddenly to have become a little bit shaky, and he wasn't laughing. I am positive they're sharks. I just know they are sharks, said the earthworm. And so, in actual fact, did everybody else. But they were too frightened to admit it. There was a short silence. They all peered down anxiously at the sharks who were cruising slowly round and round the peach. Here's a picture of they're seeing. Here they are. They just ate on top of the big peach. This is also the picture behind my head. That way. Sharks. What are they going to do to this peach? Whoops. It got all mixed up. Just assuming that they are sharks, the centipede said. There still can't possibly be any danger if we stay up here. But even as he spoke, one of those thin black fins suddenly changed directions and came cutting swiftly through the water right up to the side of the peach itself. The shark paused and stared up at the company with small, evil eyes. So the company is all the insects in James. The shark's looking up and seeing them. Go away! They shouted. Go away, you filthy beast! Slowly, almost lazily, the shark opened its mouth, which was big enough to have swallowed a perambulator. Perambulator. Don't know what that word is. Let's highlight. Perambulator. A person who perambulates a pedestrian. A pedestrian is kind of like a person walking. A machine similar to an odometer for measuring distances by means of a large. Still don't really know, so I'm going to highlight that one. So, and made a lunge at the peach. They all watched, aghast. And now, as though at a signal from the leader, all the other sharks came swimming in towards the peach, and they clustered around it and began to attack it furiously. There must have been 20 or 30 of them at least, all pushing and fighting and lashing their tails and churning the water into a froth. Panic and pandemonium broke out immediately on top of the peach. So pandemonium, wild and noisy disorder or confusion. So all the insects and James and all their buddies up there are all freaking out and they don't know what to do and it's going chaotic and crazy. Oh, we are finished now, cried Miss Spider, wringing her feet. They will eat up the whole peach, and then there'll be nothing left for us to stand on, and they'll start on us. Oh, she is right. We are lost forever, said the ladybug. Oh, I don't want to be eaten. But they will take me first of all because I'm so fat and juicy and have no bones, said the earthworm. There's the picture again. Is there nothing that we can do? Said the ladybug, appealing to James. Surely you, James, can think of a way out of this. Suddenly, they were all looking at James. Think, begged Miss Spider. Think, James, think! Think, James, think! Come on, said the centipede. Come on, James. There must be something we can do. Their eyes waited upon him, tense, anxious, pathetically hopeful. James, you're our only hope. Chapter 20. Chapter 20. Oh, there is something that I believe we might try, James Henry Trotter said slowly. I'm not saying it'll work. Tell us, cried the earthworm. Tell us quick. We'll try anything you say, said the centipede. But hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, be quiet and let the boy speak. Go on, James. They all moved a little closer to him. There was a longish pause. Go on, they said frantically. Go on. And all the time, while they were waiting, they could hear the sharks thrashing around in the water below them. It was enough to make anyone frantic. Come on, James, the ladybug coaxing him. Coaxing him? I'm going to highlight that word too. What does that mean? Can we see? Can we see? To persuade, to try and get them to do what you want, to make them believe what you believe. So, I, I'm afraid it's no good at all, James murmured, shaking his head. I'm terribly sorry, I forgot. We don't have any string. We need hundreds of yards of string to make this work. What sort of string? Old Green Grasshopper said. Oh, any sort, just so long as it's strong. But, my dear boy, that's exactly what we do have. We've got all you want. How? Where? The silkworm, cried the green grasshopper. Didn't you ever even notice the silkworm? She's still downstairs. She never moves. She just lies there sleeping all day long. But we can easily wake her up and make her spin. And what about me, may I ask? Said Miss Spider. I can spin just as well as any silkworm. What's more, I can spin patterns. Can you make enough? Can you make enough between you? As much as you want. And quickly? Of course, of course. And would it be strong? The strongest there is. It's as thick as your finger. But why? What are you going to do? I'm going to lift this peach clear out of the water, James announced firmly. Oh, you're mad, cried the earthworm. It's our only chance. The boy is crazy. He's joking. Go on, James, the ladybug said gently. How are you going to do it? Skyhooks, I suppose, jeered the centipede. Another word, jeered. I think that's like sarcastic. Sarcastically saying, make rude or mocking remarks. Typically in a loud voice. So jeered, yeah, being sarcastic, joking, saying, yeah, right. You're not going to do that. Seagulls, James. Oh, skyhooks, I suppose. Oh, how are you going to do that? Seagulls, James answered calmly. The place is full of them. Look up there. They all looked. They all looked. They all looked. Tip. Maybe that means tip, like tip your head. British English. And saw a great mass of seagulls wheeling round and round in the sky. I'm going to take a long silk string, James went on, and I'm going to loop one end of it around the seagull's neck, and then I'm going to tie the other end to the stem of the peach. He pointed to the peach stem, which was standing up like a short, thick mass in the middle of the deck. Then I'm going to get another seagull and do the same thing again, then another and another. Ridiculous! Absurd! Poppycock! Balderdash! Madness! And the old green grasshopper said, how can a few seagulls lift an enormous thing like this up in the air? And all of us as well. It would take hundreds, thousands. There is no shortage of seagulls, James answered. Look for yourself. We'll probably need 400, 500, 600, maybe even 1,000. I don't know. I shall simply go on hooking them all up to the stem until we have enough to lift us. They'll be bound to lift us in the end. It's like balloons. You give someone enough balloons to hold, I mean really enough, then he goes up in, and a seagull has far more lifting power than a balloon. If only we have the time to do it. If only we are not sunk first by those awful shocks. So this is James saying that whole thing. You're absolutely off your head, said the earthworm. How on earth do you suppose to get a loop of string around a seagull's neck? I suppose you're going to fly up there yourself and catch it? The boy's dotty, said the centipede. Let him finish, said the ladybug. Go on, James. How would you do it? With bait. Bait? What sort of bait? With a worm, of course. Seagulls love worms. Didn't you know that? And lucky for us, we here have the biggest, fattest, pinkest, juiciest earthworm in the world. Oh, you stop right there, said the earthworm sharply. That's quite enough. Go on, the other said, beginning to grow interested. Go on. The seagulls have already spotted him. That's why there's so many of them circling around and around. But they daren't come down to get him while the rest of us are standing here. So this is what... Oh, stop! Stop, stop, stop. I won't have it. I refuse. I... Be quiet, said the centipede. Mind your own business. I like it. Oh, Who's the one saying it? Probably an earthworm. Oh, I like that. My dear earthworm, you're going to be eaten anyway. Oh, I have to figure out who's saying that. It might be the centipede because he says things that are not so nice. So I'm going to say it like the centipede. My dear earthworm, you're going to be eaten. So what's the difference? What difference does it make whether it's sharks or seagulls? Oh, I won't do it. Why don't we hear what the plan is first? Said the old green grasshopper. I don't give a hoot what the plan is. I am not going to be pecked to death by a bunch of seagulls. You will be a martyr, said the centipede. I shall respect you for the rest of my life. So, martyr, somebody that dies for a cause. So, they're helping and they die from helping out. That's what a martyr is. So will I. Oh, I shall respect you for the rest of my life. So will I, said the Miss Spider, and your name will be in all the newspapers. Earthworm gives life to save friends. But he won't have to give his life, James told him. Now listen to me. This is what we'll do. All right. That was a long chapter 19, chapter 20. We got the sharks. We got James's plan, catching these seagulls using the earthworm as bait, something to lure in the seagulls to come down and try and get them and trick them using bait. So that's their plan. How are they going to make it happen? We'll find out on chapter 21 next time. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a long one. We got a problem getting bigger. We might have a solution. See you guys.